Take a slow breath before we begin. Not the hurried kind. The kind that feels like it has somewhere to land. Tonight's story is not about a specific country, city, or culture. It is not tied to one language, one street, or one skyline. It belongs to anyone whose mind refuses to dim when the lights go out. It belongs to those who replay conversations, predict outcomes, and mentally travel 10 years into the future before sleep agrees to visit. This is the story of a woman named Elena. And if you listen closely, you may recognize parts of yourself in her. Elena was born on an ordinary evening in a quiet hospital room, the kind with soft beeping machines and fluorescent lights that never quite match daylight. Nothing dramatic marked her arrival. No thunderstorm, no power outage, just a steady rhythm of life beginning. As a child, Elena was observant. She noticed small shifts in tone when adults spoke. She sensed when something felt uncertain. She calculated possibilities long before she could spell the word. If her teacher asked a question, she imagined 3 wrong answers before offering one. If she made a friend, she quietly wondered how it might end. If she succeeded at something, she braced herself for the moment it might disappear. Her imagination was vivid, not only with dreams, but with contingencies. While other children fell asleep quickly after long days of play, Elena lay awake constructing invisible maps of the future. What if I choose the wrong path? What if I disappoint everyone? What if I try and fail? The world praised her intelligence. Teachers called her thoughtful. Family members called her mature for her age. But they did not see the midnight negotiations happening behind her calm exterior. Elena grew up in a city that moved quickly, glass buildings, rushing commuters, glowing screens late into the night. Opportunity lived there, but so did comparison. In university, she excelled academically. She worked hard. She prepared relentlessly. She color-coded plans for 5-year, 10-year, 20-year goals. And yet, the more she planned, the less certain she felt. Because planning is comforting, until reality begins to shift. Her first job offer fell through unexpectedly due to corporate restructuring. An internship she counted on dissolved before it began. A relationship she believed was steady quietly unraveled. Each disappointment confirmed the quiet voice she carried since childhood. See? It can all fall apart. There were nights Elena stared at the ceiling of her small apartment, the city lights flickering faintly through the blinds, and imagined alternate timelines. In one, she had chosen a different degree. In another, she had taken a different risk. In yet another, she had spoken differently in a single important meeting. Overthinking is a peculiar talent. It allows you to relive the past and redesign the future, all before 2 a.m. But something else was happening, though she did not notice it at first. Despite her fear, Elena kept moving. She applied again. She networked. She learned new skills. She enrolled in online courses after long workdays. She asked for feedback even when her hands trembled slightly. Her mind predicted failure. Her actions pursued growth. And slowly, life responded. She secured a position at a mid-sized global firm, not her dream company, not her dream role, but a beginning. The office overlooked a river that reflected the sky in soft silver tones each morning. Colleagues came from different countries, spoke different languages, carried different stories. For the first time, Elena realized something important. Everyone was uncertain. The confident manager? Unsure behind closed doors. The charismatic team lead? Quietly doubting major decisions. The polished executive? Losing sleep over market forecasts. Anxiety, she discovered, had no nationality. It was universal. Still, her path did not smooth out overnight. A major project she led failed to meet expectations. She misjudged timelines. She sent an email she later wished she could rewrite. Her mind spiraled. You're not ready. You're not capable. They'll figure it out. But something unexpected happened during that difficult season. Instead of withdrawing, she leaned in. She asked her supervisor for a candid review. She admitted what she didn't know. She sought mentorship instead of hiding her uncertainty. And in doing so, she uncovered a truth that would slowly reshape her life. Growth feels like exposure before it feels like confidence. Years passed. Elena did not skyrocket to success in a single dramatic leap. There were no viral moments, no overnight transformations. Instead, there were steady steps. A certification completed on weekends. A cross-functional project that broadened her perspective. A leadership opportunity she nearly declined, but accepted. Each time she said yes to something that scared her, she carried the familiar weight of doubt. But she carried it forward. And then, one winter evening, something quietly shifted. She was asked to present at an international conference, professionals from across continents tuning in. Industry leaders, experts she once admired from a distance. The old voice returned loudly. You'll freeze, you'll stumble, you'll embarrass yourself. The night before her presentation, sleep felt impossible. Her thoughts ran through every scenario. But as she stood backstage, the lights low, the audience murmuring, another thought surfaced. What if this is simply the next version of you unfolding? She stepped onto the stage. Her voice trembled at first, then steadied, then strengthened. She did not deliver perfection. She delivered clarity. She spoke about resilience in uncertain industries, about adapting through volatility, about leading while still learning. When she finished, the applause felt warm, not because it was loud, but because it was real. That evening, back in her hotel room overlooking a skyline far from where she started, she sat quietly by the window. And she realized something extraordinary. Her life had not become free of uncertainty, but she had become steady within it. Over the next decade, Elena built something meaningful, a global initiative that connected professionals across borders, helping young leaders navigate change with skill and courage. She mentored students in different time zones. She collaborated across cultures. She created spaces where vulnerability was not weakness but strength. Her success was not flashy. It was rooted. And one evening, many years after those restless nights in her early apartment, she returned home from a long but fulfilling day. Her home was calm. The city outside hummed softly. Her phone rested silent on the table. She sat on her balcony and looked at the sky, vast, borderless, shared by every overthinker across the globe. She thought about the younger version of herself who once believed that every setback was a final verdict. She almost smiled, because now she understood. The ups and downs were not signs she was failing. They were evidence she was evolving. The rejections taught her resilience. The missteps taught her humility. The waiting seasons taught her patience. The doubt taught her empathy. Without those nights of overthinking, she might never have developed the depth that allowed her to lead with compassion. Her mind, once her loudest critic, had become her greatest architect. And here is the most beautiful part. Elena still thinks deeply. She still analyzes. She still imagines possibilities. But now, her imagination builds bridges instead of disasters. She envisions growth. She anticipates learning. She prepares not for collapse, but for expansion. And tonight, as you lie in your own bed, wherever you are in the world, perhaps staring at your ceiling or scrolling through silent thought, consider this. The very mind that exhausts you with worry is also capable of designing your resilience. The path you fear as uncertain may be shaping you in ways you cannot yet measure. You may not feel ready. You may not feel ahead. You may not feel enough. But becoming rarely feels comfortable while it is happening. Elena's story did not end in perfection. It ended in fulfillment, in grounded confidence, in global impact, in quiet evenings where sleep came easily, not because life was predictable, but because she trusted herself within it. And one day, perhaps sooner than you expect, you will look back at this restless season and see it differently. Not as wasted time, not as weakness, but as preparation. The ending will not simply be good. It will be earned. It will be deeper than you imagined. It will be sweeter than you planned. So let your thoughts soften now. Let the future wait until morning. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are building. And somewhere ahead, beyond tonight's worries, a steadier version of you is already standing, grateful you kept going. Rest now. Your story is still unfolding. And it is unfolding beautifully.